Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and colleagues. It is our great pleasure to welcome you for our 5th International Symposium on Human Survivability. The theme of this year's conference is Disasters and Human Survivability, enhancing resilience to risks threatening the future of humanity. I'm Eriko Ishida Kawai, professor at GSAIS, Graduate School of Advanced Integrated Studies in Human Survivability, or Shukan in Japanese. I will act as a moderator for today's first session. Our aim of the symposium is to provide a fresh look at the global challenges focusing on unexpected extreme disasters and more specifically on how to enhance our resilience to such disasters. Another goal of the symposium is to develop a holistic approach that integrates various research fields by considering the past, present, and future dimensions, as you see on our program. This symposium will bring together scholars from natural and social sciences, as well as humanities. The idea behind this is that we need to go beyond the silo-based approach, where handling disaster is something left to experts. In the first session, we have opening speeches by Professor Masao Kitano and Professor Shuichi Kawai, and then the keynote lecture by Dr. Shafa Abin and Mr. Julius Weisdorfer from University of Cambridge. And I would like to thank other guests from overseas, Professor Stefan Truk from Australia, and Professor Kazuhiro Ohashi from Hitotsubashi University. So let us start the symposium with the opening speech by Professor Masao Kitano, Doctor of Engineering. He's a Kyoto University Executive Vice President for Education, Information, Infrastructure, and Evaluation. So Professor Kitano, floor is yours.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and colleagues. It is my great pleasure and honor to welcome all of you to the 5th International Symposium on Human Survivability, titled Disaster and Human Survivability, Enhancing Resilience to Risks Threatening the Future of Humanity, and to be held today and tomorrow at Kyoto University. I would like to express my sincere gratitude for the contributions of the 3 invited speakers from overseas, Dr. Shahar Avin and Dr. Julius Weisdorfer from Center for Study Existential Risk, University Cambridge, UK, and Professor Dr. Stefan Turek from Center for Financial Risk, Macquarie University, Australia. Next, I would also like to express my sincere gratitude for the contribution of Professor Kazuhiko Ohashi from Graduate School of International Corporate Strategy, Hitotsubashi University. Anyway, thank you all for coming to Kyoto University. Graduate School of Advanced Integrated Studies in Human Survivability, Shukan, has already organized 4 international symposiums since 2013. The first one was held in March 2013 with the participation of UN representatives and executives from leading international organizations The major objective of the first symposium was identify the skills and ethics essential for the future global leaders to deal with difficult global issues such as environmental degradation, economic crises, natural and anthropogenic disaster, terrorism, gender, and poverty issues. The first symposium also aimed to establish an international collaboration framework to share knowledge and experience about educating future global leaders. Both the second and third symposium was held in 2014 with a goal to expand that international collaboration network by inviting leading experts from Harvard University, UNESCO, UNEP, OECD, FAO, as well as NGO representatives. The last year's symposium focused on the global energy transformation or the transition to sustainable sources of energy. In addition, last year's symposium was an important stepping stone for the development of the holistic interdisciplinary perspective on global issues that we have called human survivability studies. The main goal of this year's symposium to provide some novel ideas as well as solutions to the problem of how to enhance our resilience to unexpected large-scale disasters. The beginning of the 21st century has been marked by extreme disasters that seem to happen more frequently than expected. In addition, the social and economic cost of disasters have grown out of proportion, bringing the need to rethink fundamentally the ways our societies should prepare. Another goal of the symposium is to develop further the new academic field of human survivability studies. In particular, today and tomorrow, we will have presentations and discussions by scholars from different fields in natural and social sciences, as well as humanities. Please allow me to say a few words about Kyoto University. Since the foundation in 1897, Kyoto University has worked to cultivate academic freedom under a spirit of self-reliance and self-respect, and to open up new horizons in creative, scholarly endeavors. The university has also sought to contribute to a peaceful coexistence across the global community. The university was established to promote science and technology independent from the central government. Our academic style is deeply imbued with the rich cultural heritage of Kyoto City. As you may know, Kyoto City and its surrounding areas, including Uji City, have 17 World Cultural Heritage sites, as well as many other historic sites, such as very ancient temples and shrines, including famous Golden Pavilion. One reason for this rich heritage is that Kyoto was capital of Japan for over 1,000 years, from 1794 to 1868, after which the capital moved to Tokyo during Meiji Restoration. Kyoto University's involvement in the region's rich cultural milieu is no doubt an important factor to our ability to produce scholars of an exceptional standard, including 9 Nobel laureates in science and technology field. Out of these 9 scholars, 7 graduated from Kyoto University, and the other 2 are a professor and an emeritus professor of Kyoto University. The first of our scholars to win the Nobel Prize was Professor Hideki Yukawa, who won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1949. He was in fact Japan's very first Nobel laureate. In October 2012, Professor Shinya Yamanaka was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. In October 2014, Professor Isamu Akazaki, who graduated from our Faculty of Science, was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics together with two other Japanese laureates. Currently, Kyoto University has 10 faculties and 17 graduate schools, as well as several research institutes and centers. There are also a number of other facilities, such as libraries, a museum, experimental forest and field, a nuclear facility, and the university hospital. We currently have an enrollment of 13,000 undergraduate students, including 171 international students, and 9,000 graduate students, of whom 1,200 are international. Of our graduate students, 4,700 are master's students, 3,600 are PhD students, and 700 are enrolled in Graduate School of Management and Government. We employ 2,800 academic staff members, including full, associate, and assistant professors, and 2,600 non-academic staff members. It is through the combined effort of all our students, faculty, and staff that we are able to operate as one of the world-leading universities and contribute to international society through our research, education, and medical science. Building on its academic heritage and traditions, Kyoto University is focusing on extending our educational framework through the establishment of Graduate School for Advanced Integrated Studies of Human Survivability and a new integrated facility for international graduate study, the Higashi Ichijo building. Kyoto University is also promoting the Kyoto Academic Initiative to integrate civic education with higher education, creating a citizens' campus out of the city. We have an excellent collaboration with several UN agencies such as UNESCO, UNEP, UNDP, and FAO. I would like to end my welcome speech by wishing all participants fruitful and stimulating discussions during two-day symposium. I sincerely hope that the 5th International Symposium on Human Survivability will provide a valuable contribution to both research on extreme disaster and the development of human survivability studies. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Kitano, for a very comprehensive welcome speech. So now, Professor Kawai, please. Professor Kawai is the Dean of our graduate school.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's my great pleasure and honor to welcome you and congratulate all participants in the 5th International Symposium on Human Survivability Studies. I also wish to express my special thanks to the Dr. Stefan Irving and Dr. Julius Weisdorfer from University of Cambridge and Professor Stefan Turek from Macquarie University, Australia. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation for the contribution of the Professor Kazuhiko Ohashi from Hitotsubashi University. This is the 5th International Symposium being organized by the Graduate School of Advanced Integrated Studies in Human Survivability of Kyoto University. Our graduate school aims to establish human survivability studies on global issues by practical application with a holistic approach. What are the human survivability studies? Why is it necessary at this moment? The human survivability studies are the transdisciplinary fields of the studies which cover the global issues with a broad spectrum, such as culture, industries, economics, and nation states. The crisis and the problems we face up at this moment are the complicated issues being connected with each other, and that is therefore difficult to be resolved only in a simple disciplinary, of course, but multidisciplinary approach is necessary. Human survivability studies aim to address and resolve such complete structures, issues now facing at the global communication communities with the approach involving the integration of the various disciplines, both in natural science and social science and humanities, and emphasize practicing and fieldworks as well in the nature and human societies. Let me explain a little about our graduate school of advanced integrated studies in human survivability, being called GSAIS in abbreviation. The GSAIS was established 3 years ago in the spring of 2013 with the mission of cultivating the students to the next generation leaders who can deal with the complex global issues both in Japan and international contexts. The educational program at our graduate school is supported by the leading graduate school program of the Ministry of Education Japan. The program is a 5-year seamless doctoral courses with that integrated both in micro and macro perspectives. That is, advanced research works together with comprehensive knowledge and practicing. Special emphasis is put on training for diversified knowledge and thinking to cultivate an international mindset and social skills, and practical education, that is, thinking logically about the complex social issues, discover the solutions, and applying them in the real field. We have now the kind of lineup from first year to these 5th year students, and we deliver our graduates to the international societies in next year. The GSAIS has organized the symposium from the year 2012 to 2014 on global collaboration and leadership educations under the collaboration of UNESCO, OECD, and FAO, and other international renowned organizations and universities to cope with the complex issues of the 21st century. Then we took up a specific issue on energy in 2015, and this year we take up the disasters and human survivability. The keywords of this symposium today are the extreme disaster, that is high impact, low probability disasters, existential risk, human survivability, and resilience. We learn the past events happened from the historical point of view and consider the present and future to prepare for the potential disasters. we discuss a holistic approach that integrates the various related knowledge and skills to build up the resilient societies against the disasters. I do hope the symposium will enhance the resilience to the risks threatening the future of humanity. And I do hope the symposium will deepen our future collaboration among various related research fields and organizations. Once again, thank you very much for your joining the symposium. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Kawai, for a presentation on human survivability and our graduate school. So now I want to move to keynote session, and now I'd like to introduce two keynote speakers, Dr. Shafar Avin and Julius Weisdorfer from Center for the Study of Existential Risk, University of Cambridge. When I heard the name of the center, first I thought it's difficult to pronounce, existential risk. But I thought we should work together as we share the same mission and goal to ensure human survivability by avoiding existential risk. We're very honored to have two great speakers from the center, and I hope this will be a great start of our joint efforts and collaboration and work. I will skip the explaining about the profile of, because you can find the profile of two speakers in this booklet. And the title of the joint presentation is going to be a joint presentation. The title is A Classification of Risks Threatening the Future of Humanity. The presentation, I understand, will last 45 minutes, and we will have 30 minutes question and answer session.